We really did not imagine extreme weather for days, failing to install our upgrades, exploring extraordinary abandoned places and landscapes when embarking on our 3-week overland adventure through Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is Anne and I'm David, and we're two curious travelers from Denmark. Our last adventure took us from our home in Copenhagen all the way to the Alps. Not these Alps, but the lesser known Dinaric Alps that stretch across the Balkan Peninsula, all the way from Slovenia in the north to Albania in the south. As if the long drive through Germany wasn't boring enough, it also had to constantly rain. Our first goal was to reach Plitvice National Park in Croatia, with a short stop in the nearby village called Rastoke. In Rastoke, we finally had a short break from the heavy rain to enjoy the beauty of this small village. And back to pouring rain. Not exactly the weather we had hoped for at Plitvice, but luckily it still turned out to exceed our expectations. Right after our 20k hike in the park, we went on to visit the abandoned Jajce air base bordering Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is the largest underground hangar and military air base in what used to be Yugoslavia. We explored just a small part of these pitch black tunnels that go on for more than 3 kilometers. A slightly creepy experience. And then we entered Bosnia and Herzegovina, a country known for its diverse nature, tasty cevapi, and ridiculously long and hard to pronounce name. Honestly, we didn't know what was worth visiting in the northern part of Bosnia and Herzegovina before we got there, but a local recommended visiting Una National Park. Definitely a must-see. Leaving the park towards our next destination, we were quite surprised by how little traffic we'd encounter when driving through the country. On our way from Jajce to Sarajevo, we passed by what some claim to be pyramids. There is no proof to them being man-made, but apparently they still attract many tourists. Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, is to many people today mostly known for being the place where World War I was first ignited. It's a city that's also clearly influenced by its difficult past, and although it was heavily damaged during the Bosnian War in the 90s, it has its own beauty and charm today.
Så lidt en enkelt chili.
Fedt. Pas på med den.
When Sarajevo was chosen to host the Winter Olympics in 1984, they began constructing numerous facilities like hotels, roads, ski jumps, and bobsled tracks. When the Bosnian War broke out, many of these places were used for military purposes. It's even claimed that the Olympic podium was used for executions. Hotel Igman hosted many of the Olympian athletes. During the war, it was converted to a detention facility by the Bosnian army. We met a local while exploring the hotel who told us that the Bosnian army burned down the place so the Serbians couldn't claim it after the war. After spending a few days in a big city, we went back to what we enjoy the most: overlanding. We made our way toward the highest and most remote village in the entire country, Lukomir. It's cute and tiny, and less than 20 people live here permanently. We met an old lady that was very proud of her knitwear, so we each chose something random, mostly just because she seemed so nice.
Lækker bil.
It was time to leave the beaten track and challenge ourselves a bit. We heard about this peaceful mountain lake in the middle of nowhere.
Det var meget hyggeligt.
Anne did the driving, and I did the panicking.
Wow, stille og roligt. Fik du lige Need for Speed. Se, for godt kørt.
The lake was indeed beautiful and peaceful, but little did we know that this would soon change.
Det er som om, at det er trukket lidt op til blæst. Jeg er til frisk vind.
Har du sovet i nat?
Jeg har sagt ikke så meget, nej. Det er som at sove på et tog, jo. Det er med alle vinduerne åbne. Ja, det er slut.
When we woke up from a turbulent night of absolutely no sleep, we decided to visit the Buna Spring, which is one of the largest springs in Europe. Shortly after, we were in Mostar, a city known for its iconic Ottoman bridge. The weather was great, we finally got to wash some of our clothes and have a proper shower. A stark contrast to the previous days.
Det var meget hyggeligt.
Ja, vi er rigtig kommet på mountains bar.
Right outside Mostar, there is a mountain overlooking the city. On the top, there's an old military base that has been demolished. What we thought would take an hour or two ended up taking most of the day. It was a rocky gravel road all the way up to the top, with great views and lots of sunshine. We passed many signs with landmine warnings like this one. The mines are leftovers from the Bosnian War, and accidents still happen to this day. As a result, the country has had one of the most severe landmine problems in the world.
næsten. Har du noget, du gerne vil sige?
Jeg vil gerne sige, at du er kørt meget langt væk fra mig. Hej der. Så er vi endelig kommet ud og få en lille lækker brunch her midt i det dejlige by Split. Det kan godt være, at bilen den lige trænger til at blive skruet lidt på. Det går nok. Vi tager sgu bare ud på en dejlig ferie. Enjoy.
Wait a minute. You're probably thinking, what is going on here? Aren't we supposed to be camping somewhere out in the wild while eating porridge out of a jet boil in a tent that's being ripped apart by the wind? Well, things don't always turn out as planned. So let me tell you what happened and how we suddenly ended up in Split in Croatia. When we descended the mountain, we drove up north towards Plitvice Nature Park, where we wanted to do some hiking. On the way, we found an idyllic camp spot in the wild in a deep valley by the Sarajevo river. We set up camp, and while Anne was taking a few photos, I suddenly got really sick. And it didn't take long before Anne started getting sick too. We think we got food poisoning. So when we thought we'd already had the worst night ever, we were proving wrong. Big time. This truly was a horrendous night, and we spare the details. But let me just say that we spent all night climbing up and down the tent ladder. And on top of that, our car started making weird noises that we had to get looked at. The control arms bushings needed to be replaced. So we made a super smart move, left the car there and just ran away from our responsibilities to a cute island off the Croatian coast for the remaining days.
Hvad synes du om den tid her?
Det er mega dejligt varmt, og mega dejligt med solen. Er du fejl?
Du får blikbrutte.
Nej! Er det rigtigt?
Ja.
Musiker ombord i dag.